Scott, what I'm thinking on your ITS96 is that, I mean, not knowing everything that you're going to be doing to it, if you were to strip away using the entire top track, doing nothing from the factory in the header, and then making your own top pivot situation somehow, I'm convinced it's not going to work at all, because the axis of pivoting on a center hung, okay, you can imagine that with just a typical center hung pivot. But with this door closer, that door closer is traveling with the door. It's moving. So that axis of pivoting can't be the vertical axis of pivoting of the spindle from the closer body, because the closer body's in the door and it moves as the door opens and closes. That's why being offset hung or butt hung, you know, that axis of pivoting stays in one place, and the geometries of where the spindle is of the closer body and the top track and the header is all mathematically based on that, you know, that vertical axis of pivoting. Now, if you were, like I said earlier, and I've never done this, and I'm only thinking out loud, having spent a lot of time in the shop with routers and templates, it's not clear to me how it is going to work without eliminating the use of all of the arm and top track assembly. Okay, if you did that, made your own top pivot, and then got a CP440 at the bottom, used the bottom only, or perverted the top to be compatible with your closer, you're fine there in terms of the axis of pivoting working. But your next problem is going to be this. This is the door, this pad, this notepad. If my axis of pivoting, I don't know what the dimension is, but I'm going to say it's at least 3 inch over, is out here, and as I rotate that, you can see how funny that's going to work in conjunction with your frame. So if you have a cased opening frame, which you would absolutely need, and then your axis of pivoting is so far over, that's going to operate real strange. Like these doors in San Diego on residential, like in La Jolla, you know, multi-million-dollar houses where the front door alone is a 10 grand opening. I've sold people pivots, and it's a 5 foot wide wood door, and they've got that pivot kicked in 18 inches from the end. You can get the idea from visualizing that, you know, what the problem is going to be. You know, it would still work, but what kind of frame? So there's probably something way beyond what you and I have discussed via email that you're already doing. But based on what I know, those are the obstacles that I'm seeing that you would encounter.